So guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to do another review. I've been kindly sent a scope from Sirui, company that produce lenses which are absolutely first class, and they've moved, the sport optics department have moved into scopes and binoculars. There's a fair few reviews online with a lot of binoculars, and there's a couple with the scopes. Now scopes are absolutely ideal for observation. In tandem as being a photographer, watching nest sites, doing observation for survey work, for photography, for monitoring and disturbance, absolutely key. When you've got a static position there and you're watching a nest, you can glance over, look down, record as well, because the scope they sent me comes with a phone adapter which you can attach to the eyepiece, and you can do some digiscoping, so you can take still images and video as well. So really excited to be trying this scope. They've also sent, as I said, the adapter comes with it. They've also sent me a tripod which is actually matched to the scope, and that comes with its own tripod head as well. So we're going to quickly look at the tripod and the head, but not going to go into that in too much depth. It's a carbon fibre tripod. It's very good quality, and then we're going to mainly focus on the scope. Take it out into the field, do some observation with it, do some tests, do some digiscoping, do some images as well with my iPhone Pro. It's an old iPhone Pro, but still it should deliver some fairly decent images. So I'm just going to get the scope out now and just show you. So here it is, guys. This is the Sirui Beyond, and this is the 6080 Alpha. It's the only scope that I know they currently do, and as I say, this is spotting scope for observation. Okay, it's a really good quality scope. As I said before, they make amazing lenses. It's got fluorite glass, which is a kind of crystalline material it's made up of, so high quality. It's ED glass, which is kind of extra low dispersal glass, which then cuts out chromatic aberration as well, so another good point with the actual optics themselves. It's got HRI glass as well, which is high refractive index, I think it stands for, which is another high-end part of the optical system. It's also back-4 prisms, which increase detailed sharpness and clarity, and also good for low light and light gathering as well. So, you know, that's a lot there going for it. With the back-4 prisms, used to poro prisms, back-4 prisms. Back-4 prisms are made out of a certain type of material. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But it's coming there with a 20 to 60 times stepless zoom. So we'll go into that as well. There's varying focusing modes on the actual scope itself. I've not actually got the scope out of the box yet, so we'll do an open the box in a moment. And it's got an 18mm objective lenses there, so that's talking about the width of it. That's the 18mm, and it's an FMC as well, which is a multi-layered coating of the lenses for light transmission. An awful lot to take in there, guys. You know, we're throwing out fluorite glass, ED glass, HRI, back-4 prisms. Look into it. Essentially what it's saying there is that the optics, the glass, the make of the actual scope itself is very high quality. Now this is quite a cheap scope when you look at it price-wise. So you can pick this scope up for less than $700, and I think UK price is about £460 for this scope. If you look at a Leica scope or Swarovski scope, they are absolutely thousands and thousands of pounds. So as a scope goes, this is a budget scope, but that's not saying that it's not good quality. It's saying it's great quality and affordable price. And for me, for my observation work as a photographer, and as when I'm licensed back in the UK to carry out birds of prey surveys and other bird species surveys, this is absolutely essential. And it can be used for bird watching as well, ducks on water, not just nests. You can move and pan around. Really good bits of kit. And we're going to go and open the box in a second. Just want to go through a few more things. So guys, a little bit more about the scope itself then. As I said to you before about the makeup of the scope, it's made with a magnesium alloy body, so it's pretty tough. And it's got IPX7, so which is waterproof. So you could submerge this scope to 1 meter, 3.3 feet for roughly half an hour. So that's saying it's pretty much fully waterproof in any condition you want. It's nitrogen filled, so nitrogen filled is purged of air throughout the scope, and that stops then a buildup of moisture within the elements of the scope, and also prevents fogging and stops fungus buildup and moisture buildup within the actual scope itself. So the total weight, guys, of the scope is 1.35 kilograms, okay? And that's not including the TSM 44, which is the Tele mobile adapter. I think it's on there on the box. You'll see it in some of the pictures that's included within this as well. So there we have it. The Sirui Sport Optics is the S6080 Alpha. We're going to do a quick open the box now, have a look at the scope, see what its quality is like. And I haven't actually seen it yet, as you'll see when I open it, because it's still in the bag. We'll go through the open the box. So guys, here we are. We have the box. Open it up. Okay, you'll see a list as we go as well below. I'll just tell you what's in the box just to remind you. But there we go. Comes with a nice protective case. Pretty well made. Strap inside. Cover's a cover, but it's good to keep it protected, and a little bit splash proof as well from the rain, but there's not really much point seeing as it's IPX7 waterproof. We've got little pouches in there, probably for the lens cap. Happy days. That's quite self-explanatory. It's not bad made. It's not bad at all. It does what it says on the tin at the end of the day. What we got next? Got a cleaning cloth in a little Sirui pouch there. Pop that back in. It's a little neoprene, so you can then loop that somewhere, so you've got easy use to give it a clean. You've got your Sportish warranty card, and this is a lifetime warranty on this, guys, as well. So they're obviously quite confident in their products. Put that down there. Next, we've got the smartphone adapter, which is included. Now, we'll go through this later at some point, but it's basically an adapter that fits onto the eyepiece, and you lock it on, you tighten it up to allow your whatever phone you've got, Android, iPhone, clag it on, make sure that the optical side of your camera is then facing through the scope. I've never actually done digiscoping before, so I'm quite excited to do this, just to see what you can get. And obviously the magnification from the camera then through the optics to the subject, whatever that is, mammal, bird, or whatever. But I think it's going to be quite interesting, because the cameras on the phones these days are pretty good quality. So it's in there, comes with all the adapter bits, and we'll go through that a little bit later. But pop that back down there. We got here, not actually sure what this is. Open that up. So I think that's some sort of lens cover, maybe. Not sure, doesn't say. So we'll have a look at that, find out what that's for. And here we get into nitty gritty of the scope itself. In a nice, it feels, can't use it to go for a workout in the gym because it's not that heavy. And as you can see there, guys, it's fully sealed. So I've not opened this whatsoever. So rip the packet open now. So first impressions for me, guys, as well, for quality is vitally important. It doesn't matter if you're going to spend £100 or if you're going to spend £2,000, $1,000, $2,000, whatever. The quality needs to be there. And I say I've never held one of these scopes and never used one of these scopes before. I have used scopes before. I've used Swarovski and Leica. Always wanted a scope from the observation work straight away. Do you know what? I mean, that feels amazing in the hand already. It's got like a rubberized armored protection on this portion, and as I said, the magnesium alloy there. These are your focus knobs that you can see those. That's for main focus, and that's for fine tuning focus there. So it's a stepless zoom on there. It's quite nice that it's got the plate there. So that's like an Arca Swiss type, which is really nice. You've got a little knob at the side there as well, but it looks like you can change the orientation of the scope somehow. Let's loosen that off. I think when it's on, yes. So you can, and it's nice, it clicks into place. It's got a little clicker, it's got a little arrow, you line it up there. Do you know what? I'm really impressed with the feel of this. Nicely embossed with the Sportish there. Sirui Sportige Beyond 80 ED. Got a nice lens cap on the front. Optics look amazing. I'm really impressed with the quality of this, guys. And you've got a lens hood there, which you lock out, which is a nice touch. Lock that back in. So having a sunshade is pretty good. Yeah, it feels really nice in the hand. It really does. And that's pretty much it. So that's to rotate the collar. That's for focus, main focus, and that's sharper focus, just so you can get that fine detail. And then we move to the eyepiece. Got a nice integral eye cap there, which is probably removable. And there you've got your 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, 50 and 60 there as well. Yeah, I mean, I can't really test it here now, but I'm looking forward to getting that mounted on the tripod and start getting out and using it. But all in all, I am really, really impressed, guys, with this. It's got the cap here for glass wearers and non-glass wearers. I like to have mine like that, just so I can look. I mean, it looks really nice. And the optics themselves, beautiful. Yeah, really, really impressed. You know what? I honestly mean this. I never imagined the quality to be this good for the price that it's put at. And I've touched, I'd say, Swarovski and Leica scopes before, and I wouldn't say they're built any better. The proof's in the pudding with the optics, I know, but they make damn fine lenses. So I'd imagine this is going to be pretty damn good as well. But it feels really nice. It's nice and relatively small. I thought it'd be a lot bigger, but it's not. Yeah, happy days. So that's it, guys. That's the scope. But first impressions, absolutely fantastic. So guys, they've also sent me a tripod, as you can see here, the ST-124. The actual full code is the ST-124+VA-5X, but the VA-5X is the video head that's integral with it, and the ST-124 is the tripod. I'm just going to have a quick look, guys. I'm not going to do a tripod review. Just going to take this out. So the box. Okay. Nice Sirui case there. So we've got a carrying strap for the case. We've got Allen keys there and the manual with a QR code at the back and the warranty card as well. Put the case down. Now, I've seen a lot of these tripods being used before, the Sirui tripods. They are amazing quality. There we go. So it's an 8x 4-section hard oxidization ST-124, and it's WPS waterproof system, quite lightweight. And as I say, you've got that head at the top there. This is designed for the scope, and this is the VA-5X. Let's not go into the tripod too much, but you've got the twist lock off mechanisms there on the tripod, leg lockers out, so lock in, out, so you can get lower to the ground, etc. Nice to see they got the plate here. That's the lock off plate there. It's got a safety mechanism to stop it sliding off. You can take that out, lock it back in, lock it back in, and that locks it in place. It's got a little handle there so you can direct it. You'll see that in the field. It's a standard sort of very small video head, pan and tilt. And you've obviously got the movement as it goes round. Nice and easy. This comes in black, guys, as well. And what I didn't say before is the scope itself comes in black or green. I opted for the green. But yeah, what a great quality tripod and head to go with the scope as a package. It's nice to have that together. At the bottom as well, guys, you've got this, which is, I think you twist these. Yeah, you twist these like that, and the points come out the bottom. So you've got something to go into, spikes coming out, lock those off if you don't need it. But there we have it. The tripod that comes with it, the ST-124 and the VA-5X head, which is matched to the scope. Right, guys, we're gonna get out in the field now and test the scope. We're gonna do a bit of digiscoping and to test out, see what the optical quality is like. Bearing in mind that I am using an iPhone and the video is likely to be slightly degraded by using a phone. But what I really want to do is I want to gauge my eye looking through the scope itself onto, hopefully, be able to locate some birds' nests, whether that be loons, bald eagles, birds on the water. We will see, and test out the magnification of the scope, check out the focusing, the assistive step focus. You've got the close focus, and you've got the main wheel and the finer focus, just to see how that all performs. But very, very impressed so far, guys. I mean, I really am. For the price point of the scope and the tripod and the head, you're still saving yourself thousands of pounds and buying a Leica or Swarovski or some other type of scope. And this can be used for, as I said, for wildlife observation, for photography in tandem, for watching nests. Great distance, good for digiscoping if you haven't got a main camera, DSLR mirrorless bridge, and you want to do a bit of digiscoping with your phone. It's a great thing to be able to do, and just to record something on your phone there for nest recording, for behaviour, etc. But I think I've said enough there, guys. Going to get this kit, test it out, read that manual, get to know it inside out, and then take it out into the field. So I'll see you there. So guys, welcome to the location here along the river. It's a beautifully hot day, and in fact today is a red warning, heat warning, about 40 plus degrees today, so it's absolutely boiling. So I've tucked myself in a little bit of shade here, and we've now got the 80 ED scope all ready to go, deployed the hood at the front to stop that glare coming through, and I've just started off at 20 times zoom just to get used to the functionality and the zooming. As I said, we've got the main wheel there, which is the main focus, and then the small wheel, very intuitive with your fingers, and you can then just fine tune it as you need it. We've got a few birds on the water here, we've got a few duck, we've got a few seabirds, we've got a few cormorants, and there's also a bald eagle that patrols this part of the river. Over on the other side there, we've got a large island, which is a bird sanctuary, and we may get to see things moving up and down. It's quite a considerable distance away, as you can see in the pictures there. So we're going to be quite struggling quite a bit with that distance, and also the heat haze today is horrendous. So to combat heat haze, it's good to get very, very low down if we can. So may drop the tripod back down just to cut away the heat haze. So the video is probably going to be a little bit sketchy, but we're going to clag on the adapter for the phone, and we're also going to do a bit of video as well to see what that's like in 4K 60. What I'm looking for personally is the optical quality for me with my own eyes, with a few examples for you as well. As like I said, I've never done digiscoping before, so it's all rather new. So we've got birds moving through at the moment. We've got a few cormorants on the water as well, so I'm hopefully going to focus on those. And there's a fair few jet skis and boats and kayakers, rowers, all sorts. So it gives it a good chance to test it out on variable subjects, and just to see what we're like with the scope and how I get used to it. But the tripod setup here with the scope, it's very, very light, nice and easy, lovely sort of movement there. This flaps around a little bit, so I may remove that. You can just take that off because it blows around a bit and it makes it a little bit wobbly. Bearing in mind this hasn't got any image stabilization built in, and I'm finding when I'm looking through the scope that once I've got the focus, then I just move my eyes slightly away. Otherwise I'm shaking it and it can be a little bit wobbly in places, but that's down to me, not down to the scope. So right, let's focus, see if we can get some birds, and hopefully we might get a bald eagle over the other side there in one of the trees. So guys, the heat haze is quite bad, but I've got a small seabird at the moment. It's a ring-billed gull on its own, and I'm at 20 times, and you can really see that heat haze, really see it really, really bad. But I'm at 20 at the moment. Going to now zoom in and try it at 60. So I've got it at 60 times now, and it's right in on the bird, but the heat haze is horrendous and it is quite shaky. When you go from 20, it's much more manageable, but then you go to 60 and you create an awful lot of movement there, and it wobbles around a bit, so you've got to be careful. And at the moment, bearing in mind that the subject, the ring-billed gull, is obviously moving with the water downways, so I'm losing it, so I've got to constantly track it. But we've got a boat coming along here at the moment. Better go in on that. Quite tight. I mean, the detail I mean, that really is motoring, and I can track it quite well with this, which is really quite nice. So the weight distribution here, guys, like I said, 1.35 kilograms for the actual scope, the head and the tripod. I mean, that's so light. It weighs nothing. You're going out birding, observation with this on your shoulder, absolutely fine. It really is light. I can hold that out there for probably quite considerable time. It really is a very light setup, but we're going to be up against it today with that heat haze, but it's good to test it in different situations. First thing in the morning be a great time, and in the evening that heat haze dies down a little bit. We've got some cormorants there just going over. Very hard to track in flight. Just need to bide the time, get an obliging duck coming along, and hopefully we better get the adapter on and get some footage. So guys, we've already set this up at home pretty much. Got all the adapter piece on, so we've got the main eyepiece there with the clamp, and then that goes over the top of the eyepiece. Just slips on there nicely. You clamp that down in place. Doesn't really move anywhere, it doesn't have to be too much. Got it all set up for my phone. Now we've got a cormorant just coming in. Just make sure your lenses are clean. Give it a good old clean. And slide the phone in. Okay, and that's all set up. So we've got a cormorant just coming over here. Let's get video mode. Okay, so I'm just focusing on some trees blowing around there. Now I'm going to focus to see if we can get the bird. I find when we're using the focus there that it does hunt in and out a little bit. Let's see if we can find a bird on the water. So I've just followed a jet skier there, and it's very difficult. So I've got no idea what this video is going to turn out like. It's probably going to be absolutely horrendous. Right, we've got a bird in here, quite close in front here. Let's see if we can track this. So guys, I found playing around with the zoom there from 20 to 60. 60 is too much, but actually 20 is quite nice, and I'm getting a lot better images there and stills. So if we can just the sun's a bit of a pain without a sunshade, but actually you're getting so much better. We can switch that into 30, I think. But I think 20 is kind of like the sweet spot. Just need to find an obliging bird here, and then we're okay. Right, let's see if we've got a boat coming way off. If we can track this boat. So guys, I'm catching some footage there of a speedboat, and it's not going to be great. This is not really designed to be sort of DSLR mirrorless quality. It's more for really observation and getting that key information that you need if you're using it for nest monitoring, bird counts, etc. And I say I'll be using this scope more so for the scope itself without the digi-scoping part, but I just wanted to give that a go, guys. Going to remove it now and just get back to using the scope as a scope without the additional bit on here, and just test that out with the focus, etc. I tell you what, guys, though, the sheer quality of the scope, just using it as a scope without the digi side, because I'm not really proficient at that. I think it's something I'm definitely going to work on. So you can switch to manual, etc. with the digi-scoping and do it a different way. It's very, very harsh light here at the moment with the video aspect. It really is making it quite difficult, but I managed to get a speedboat and some birds on the water. But what I'm particularly, as I said, interested in is using the scope as a scope. I must admit the quality, even with the heat haze today, is fantastic. You get down a bit lower, you can escape the heat haze a little bit, but really the quality is fantastic. I'm now in a shaded area, so I might have a go with digi-scoping again and get some close-ups of some flowers just to see some detail. But the scope itself between 20 and 60 is fantastic. It really is. Once you acquire focus on 20 times and then you switch then to 60, you can get a lot sharper. And that second wheel, just giving you that sharper focus, is absolutely awesome. Really does just tighten it up that little bit more. So guys, I'm just focusing in on this P5 sign, which is the parking sign. just on the outer there, just doing on the main focus, and then just tightening up a little bit. As you can see on the video, it's a little bit shaky, just to get your eye in, and there we go. Leave the camera alone. It's probably a good little subject to practice on, really, with that heat haze, trying to get it slightly out of the bright sunlight. But as you can see there, that's pretty good just for survey purposes and to get a recognition shot of something. Just that sort of recording of birds on a nest, maybe it's a rare species, anything like that really that you can record. So guys, I've just been checking here and I've just zoomed in at 60 times over the other side of there, and you can see how far that is, even on the Osmo Action, and that is miles away. And I've just literally looked through, and there's a sign over there. Where's it gone? There it is. And there's a sign, you can't even see it. It's right over the other side on a single tree, and there's a sign there, and I can read the sign from here. That is incredible. And it says basically, I can't read the writing at the bottom, but it's got 2 red circles and it says no people, no animals, private, because it's a bird sanctuary. I mean, to see that from here is unbelievable. The heat haze is horrendous. I mean, we've got 40 degrees today and it is shimmery as hell out there. But optically, with these conditions, and it's still good on a nice early morning, cool morning, the detail's fantastic, and I'm going to test this some more as well. I'm going to do a video soon as well on the scope when I'm back with the ospreys. I'm going to do set the scope up on the nest, do some observation with the ospreys, and also have my camera ready as well to do some filming and just use those in conjunction, so I'm not constantly wearing things down, battery on the EVF on the mirrorless, and I'm just using this for observation. May do a bit of digiscoping provided the weather's not too hot, but today it's extreme for the next few days with the heat, but I wanted to try it in the worst conditions just to see what it's like, and it's absolutely fantastic. It really is. I mean, it's a superb scope. I mean, it's beautifully designed, guys. It really is. It's just fantastic. And the optics on it are awesome. And it's actually collected quite a bit of dust just inside the lens hood there. So it's really good to have that on there. But I'm finding as well, switching between sort of 20 to 30, I kind of got a sweet spot of about sort of 35 there, which is really, really nice. And if I want to pull in tight, then I just use this zoom wheel here. And this is the main wheel. And then you've got the little wheel there, which is for your tighter focus. Really, really nice. This is nice because it's quite stable, and you have to take something to push it in. Doesn't lock or anything, I'm aware of. Just push in. There we go. Absolutely fantastic. And I do like this. So you've got able to turn the scope there, and as you turn it, there's a click as it comes back and mates up with the arrow there. But simple. So that's it, guys. This is obviously the scope here is fantastic. So the Sportic Beyond 80 ED, it is lovely by Sirui, lovely. And as I said, it comes in black and it comes in green. And the tripod and the head are made for the scope. And as I say, that weight is fantastic. It weighs nothing. It really does. The lovely carbon fibre tripod there, the very small head. I love how the head, it's got the locking plate there. It can't go anywhere until you disengage it that side and off it comes. That is so light. Handheld, guys, yeah, I suppose you could do. That's just not bad. But best to have it on the tripod, lock it in, put the plate back, job done. Thanks very much, guys, indeed, for watching along today. It's been a pleasure to use this scope, and I'm chuffed to bits, and I'm looking forward to doing a second video with this in tandem with my photo equipment when I'm doing the ospreys. So from me, guys, thanks very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you all next time. So guys, I'm just back from being out in that sweltering heat today, and I just wanted to wrap up with the Beyond 80 ED scope, head and tripod. What an absolute winning combination it is. I took it out nice and light, and total weight, including the scope, the head and the tripod, is about 3 kilograms. It weighs literally nothing. So light, great combo, out on the hills. You could carry that quite happily. It looks fairly heavy, but it's just certainly not. Carbon fibre, light scope and light head. Absolutely fantastic. I can't really fault the build quality on it. The nice rubberized area around there, magnesium alloy there, a nice integral lens hood, great optical quality from the scope, 20 times zoom to 60. Atmospheric distortion today was horrendous, but the scope was brilliant. Optically, absolutely fantastic. If I was looking through my Canon L lenses, my primes, I'd get exactly the same. With that fluorite glass, the ED glass, HRI glass, the back 4 prisms, FMC coating, all that sort of stuff that's gone into the design of these with that 80mm diameter at the front there. It's just lovely sucking that light in as well. It's such a good scope. I'm really, really pleased with it. I'm really excited to be using that for my survey work and certainly out when I'm doing birds on the nest, eagles, ospreys, birds on the water, etc. I mean, the zoom range on that is fantastic. Going from one side of the river to the island on the other side and reading a sign at that distance with that heat haze is nothing short of incredible, really. So yeah, absolutely blown away with it, to be honest, guys. And I said to you, the price is about 460 UK pounds. And I think it's just under, I think 650 to under $700 as well there. So, you know, that is incredible. It really is. So guys, going to leave a link in the vlog description and also with a discount code for any purchase for any Sirui products. Please use that if you do so wish. If not, just go straight to the website and buy something. You don't have to put in the code. You don't have to use my affiliate link. Whatever you think is best, but the link is there with the discount. But I just want to say my personal thanks to Sirui for sending me this. Honestly, I get approached a lot to do product reviews, and I certainly bat an awful lot away because I'm not interested. I like to say that I am very choosy on what reviews I do, because I won't do reviews on something that I don't firmly believe works and I can use it in the field and it's going to work for me. I looked at the company, the glass they do for the lenses is absolutely amazing. Equally, going into the sport optics for the binoculars, the scopes, they're going to be good. They know how to build lenses, they know how to put a scope together. I mean, it's fantastic. IPX7 waterproof as well. As I said, 3.3 feet to 1 meter for half an hour underwater. I mean, what more can you say? The tripod carbon fiber is amazing. The head is nice and easy. It's got that foolproof system, so it doesn't allow the scope to slide away if you undo the clasp by any reason, but that's a foolproof method. The quality of the head as well is great, and the tripod together as a combination. I could quite happily go out in the hills, out on the cliffs at home, watching the peregrines, nesting birds, just with a backpack on, just with me scope, a little camera outfit with me, and I'm out for the day with that. It is fantastic. Digit scoping, guys. I will include some video at the end of some garden birds that I did with the scope and the camera with the attachment at the end. As I said, that attachment is a TSM44, which is the Tele mobile adapter piece that goes on top. It was difficult today with that atmospheric distortion and all that sort of stuff going on, wave movement, capturing boats as they were moving, quite difficult, light overhead onto the screen. It was quite difficult, but needless to say, if you're using it for any sort of survey work and you want to capture a record shots to pick out subjects, pick out detail, etc., so you can feed that back for survey work and things, it's incredible. I mean, I reckon it's going to open up a whole new avenue on the certainly the digiscoping front there, and it's a nice to have. And I say that adapter doesn't weigh much, and you attach your camera, Android or iPhone to it. But yeah, absolutely incredible. Nitrogen filled, as we said. Cuts down any moisture inside, stops any fogging effect. It was brilliant. I mean, I'm in at the moment in a house where the temperature in here is about 20 degrees. I went outside and it's 41. I had no fogging or misting on the scope whatsoever. But I don't think really there's anything else to say. But I can definitely wholeheartedly recommend this scope to anybody looking for a budget scope, for quality, durability, and just sheer optical excellence. This scope is fantastic. I really do. I mean, the build quality, there's not one bit on there I could fault. Yes, I did say about the eyepiece, could take that off, only have to pull that rubber and take it off, and then that's it, and put it back on when I finished. So nothing at all, I would say. I loved operation of the knurled wheels there. They got a nice rough edge to them, so you can get a good grip with your finger. You got the main one at the back there for, and then that one's for fine detail once you've established a good focus on the subject. Thanks again to Sirui Optics for sending me the scope, the head, and the tripod. It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it, and this will be used in the field in one of my next videos when I'm out checking on the ospreys and how they're doing. But that will be next to me with my prime lens and camera. But that's all from me, guys. Thanks very much indeed again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.